Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Yanni Flower Tarot, and today we're going to be doing a reading for the full moon in Aquarius that's going to be happening on August 3rd. I'm really excited for this full moon because I feel like it's like right now I am feeling like a lot of things have to go. Oh, also I'm an Aquarius sun, Aquarius stellium actually, so I'm into all that weird rebel shit. And yeah, this full moon is really going to help us shed anything that's not allowing us to be our authentic self. And I feel like authenticity has been like a very big theme in my life right now. It's tapping into my authentic nature and letting go of all the excess baggage, because who had to carry all that extra shit around? Yeah, so let's get into it. Let's see what the cards have to say. This is going to be very general. I'm not going to do any specific spread. Just going to pull some cards and see what it's heading for. Let me like some Palo Santo. But yeah, we're going to just cleanse the deck a little bit, cleanse the energy space. Okay, let's see what comes out. Full moon Aquarius. Not yet. That was just bad shuffling. Full moon Aquarius. August. Okay. Full moon Aquarius, August 3rd. What do we need to know? What are our blind spots? What is the plus we need to know for our highest evolvement into our highest selves? For fully integration, to fully integrate our shadow self and our ego and our highest self all into one to become the best version of ourselves. What do we need to know? Read us for filth. The cards always don't read us for filth, but ooh. Here we go. 4 swords came out. How many cards? 8. 2 of Wands. I think the last reading we did that I posted probably a few days before this one gets posted, it's going to be the August reading, and no major arcana cards came out. So, oh shoot. 9 of Swords. It's a lot of dense energy right now. We have a lot to release right now. Just a major arcana. High Priestess came out. Okay. Yeah, you gotta integrate that. Yo. I just said, like, when I was shuffling the cards, like, what's gonna help us integrate our ego, our higher self, our lower self, or shadow side. And the High Priestess came out. You have to perform alchemy on yourself. You have to learn how to integrate that. Queen of Wands. Four of Pentacles. The Empress. maybe like 2 to 3 more cards. I don't know. We'll see. Seven of Pentacles. Okay. Oh. Oops. 8 of Wands. Okay, under the deck. Strength card. We got 3 major arcanas, I think, now. Yeah. High Priestess, the Empress, and Strength under the deck. Okay. Okay, the first card that came out was the 4 of Swords. And I think a lot of us have been in like go mode, you know, like, oh, quarantine, you better be using your time properly. You don't want, you know, like move, invest and do this and do that, start a business. But like, and a lot of us have been like living by that narrative and feeling as though we have to live by that narrative, otherwise we're lazy. But a lot of us have been going, sorry, I got my fan here. Anyways, a lot of us have been going nowhere fast, you know? And it's like, not saying that we haven't been making progress, but it's like the way that will help, like the action that will help us to progress even farther is taking some time to rest. Because if not, you're going to burn out, and then you're going to take, if you allow yourself to burn out or work yourself to the bone to where you end up burning out, you would have taken 10 steps forward with all that excessive work you've been putting in, just to take 15 steps back because you decided to not schedule time to sit down, rest, and gather yourself. And that kind of reminds me of like how people be saying, I'll rest when I'm dead. Because if you see, like, he kind of look like he might be dead. He's not dead, but he's definitely resting. But it's kind of giving, you know, coffin vibes. But like, the point is, I hate when people say, I'll rest when I'm dead. But your death is approaching you fast and quick if you keep acting like you're, you know, a robot, like you're a human being and you need rest. That's part of how you keep your body at, you know, in homeostasis, at a working properly. But yeah, I guess the point is, during this full moon, make sure you take some time to rest. It's August 3rd. I would say starting now to maybe like the 5th, 6th. Have some time, a day, if you can get it to where you're literally just resting, nothing else. Watching Netflix all day. Take some time to meditate, because this also gives me meditation vibes. But this is for, in numerology, the 5 stands for change. So this is the step right before change comes. So that's what I'm saying. This is the missing piece of the puzzle. Why everything's not moving fast enough or up to speed, or whatever that means. Or maybe up to your speed. It's because you're not taking time to rest. You're just doing too much. Like, and granted, the work you need to do, put a certain amount of work into your life, but rest is just as vital as any other thing you're doing. Rest is just as vital as creating a business plan, which is coming up next. Rest is a spiritual practice, and we need to stop sleeping on it. Pun intended. I'm so corny. Okay, the card that came out after that was the 2 of Wands, and I always like this card because it gives the world, it's like he has the whole world in his hands. Like, this man literally has a globe in his hands, and it's saying like anything that you can imagine is yours. It's all tangible. Like, it's not too big. You're not thinking too big. Your vision is not too big. It's literally fit it in your palm of your hand. Just make sure you take the time to accurately plan it, and just make the right decisions, because literally life is all about making decisions. If you make the right decisions, if you make these set of decisions, you'll end up here. If you make another set of decisions, it'll change the total course of your life. It's like the butterfly effect. One small little change can really affect you. So make sure that you're making the proper decisions to get you on the goal that you want to, like, to get you on the path that you want to be on and to accomplish the goals that you want to accomplish. Because if you say you want this to be your end goal, but you're making the decisions of a person who has completely other goals, something's not adding up, and you need to reassess the decisions that you're making and make sure your priorities are straight. So I can't say I want to be a NBA athlete, but every time it's time for me to practice, I decide I'm going to go play video games instead. Every time it's time to eat food, I decide I'm going to go eat McDonald's instead of cooking a home-cooked healthy meal. You know, you have to make sure you're making the proper decisions that align with your goals. Otherwise, that whole world you have in your hands, it's not going to mean shit, because you're not going to have nothing. You're not going to have nothing to speak for it, like to show for it. Yeah. But you've already accomplished a good deal of things. So express gratitude for that. Pat yourself on the back for that. But you have a lot more that you need to do. And like I said, make sure you're making the proper decisions to help that manifest in your life. After that, the Nine of Swords came out, and that is showing that around this time during the full moon, you do have a lot that you need to release. There's something that's keeping you up at night, got you stressing. Might be a nigga, might be your job, it might be just you not feeling satisfied with life. Because I feel like, or like you not knowing what your purpose is. Because I know like that is something that a lot of people struggle with. Like, why am I here? And what am I here to do? Or whatever. But this is the Nine of Swords. So know that things are about to come full circle, and you're going to soon understand why you're feeling this way. You're going to soon understand what this all means. Because I feel like a lot of times I'm like, what does this even mean? I'm confused. This is also giving very confused vibes. But sometimes we need to just sit down, journal it. It's a lot. If you could tell, there's a lot going through his head. And I know with me, when I have a lot going through my head, writing it down on paper, or even in my notes on my phone, writing it down, getting it out of my head, so it's not just like circling in my head, it's out on paper, it really does help a lot. Like, really does help a lot. It'll help you put things into perspective. You're looking at it from a different point of view when it's out on paper and it's not just running through your head. And finding someone to talk to too, because I feel like a lot of times people feel like, oh, if I tell people how I feel, they're not gonna understand, you know. But how will you know? And honestly, it's like sometimes it's not about them understanding, it's about you getting it out. And there's somebody that understands. You're not alone in this world. Like, you're not alone. There's 7 billion people in the world, however many people there are. This is not an experience that only you have been through. Like, there's somebody else out here who has been through it, or that has some type of understanding of that situation. So there's no need to feel alone. But yeah, definitely for this full moon, pray or meditate on asking Source, God, the universe, what baggage do I need to let go of that's preventing me from becoming the highest version of myself? Pray on that. Not even what is it, but help me release it, no matter what it is. Because it's like, you have to, sometimes we need help releasing certain things because we have such a deep attachment to them, because they've been in our life for so long, or because that's our version of normal, no matter how toxic or how detrimental it has been to us. I'm sorry, I hope this fan isn't distracting y'all. Yeah, ask what you need to let go of, and ask the universe, God, Source, to allow you to help integrate it. Because I feel like a lot of times, because integrated because the High Priestess came up. And I feel like a lot of stuff we don't necessarily need to completely let go of, because I feel like when we hear let go, we start suppressing, you know, like, oh, I need to let go. I need to stop being so angry. Let go of my anger. We start suppressing it. So if a situation comes up and we start to feel ourselves get angry, we think, oh, anger is bad. I need to suppress it so I don't feel it and not get mad about it. But you have to allow yourself to feel certain things. And anger is not a bad emotion. No emotion is good or bad. So it's like we need to start integrating it. The white, let's say like white is good, black is bad. If it was bad, we would have never even had the black pillar in here because we don't need it if we didn't need it. But they're both here. They both mean something. They both are necessary. And they're both the same thing but different degrees. Like you know how they say, like, jealous people are just like, they're still fans of you because they still be pressed just how much as the fans be pressed about you. Like, it's the same energy but different degrees of it. But yeah, the High Priestess is telling us that we really need to integrate ourselves and not just be out of balance to where, you know, we're doing too much of this and not enough of that. We have to come into a balance of everything. Everything requires balance. Otherwise, it's not going to be successful. Otherwise, it's going to be destructive. If, like a workaholic, if you're always worried about work, you're not going to have time for you, for your family, for your loved ones, and that's not good. Maybe you're supporting the family and that's a good thing, but at the same time, it's like, where's the balance, you know? And every other area of your life is going to be compromised due to this lack of balance in this one area of your life. So figure out where there's a balance. I mean, figure out where balance is needed in your life. And also, like, don't be afraid of your shadow self, like the dark aspects of yourself, your anger or your past traumas. These things have made you, you know. And it's like, that's why the High Priestess is on her level that she is of, you know, spiritual advancement, and she knows things that other people don't know. Her intuition is so on fire because of her integrating the shadow side along with her higher self. She doesn't ignore either sides of them, and she balances them. Definitely some divine feminine energy right there. And the Empress came out as well. So I think we do need to nurture the divine feminine within us. And the Queen of Wands came out. Yeah. The divine feminine is definitely present in this reading. So yeah. Start developing your intuition. And I feel like a lot of times when we think of divine feminine, we think of like frills and like, not actual frills, but like, you know, this like soft, gentle woman with like intuition that's crazy. But no, like, we have, the divine feminine can get destructive too. Her anger, that's why I'm saying you don't need to suppress your anger, because like Kali, she be ready to cut niggas, literally chop niggas' heads off, like, and with purpose though, like. And also, where is the anger coming from? A lot of times we think anger is bad, but what it really is it's just showing us where we're not healed at, or where something is out of line, you know. And a lot of times we think our anger is justified at times, when in reality it's just we're insecure about something, or some healing that we did not do is being triggered. If that makes sense. Areas of our life where we have not healed are being triggered, and that is why we're getting mad. So in reality, it's like, it's not really that other person's fault why you're mad. It's you haven't healed yet. And granted, don't let nobody gaslight you, but not saying, and also they should probably have taken, there are situations where they also should be taking accountability for why they angered you, because it could have been avoided, or it probably wasn't, they probably should not have done that. But take accountability for your healing is what I'm saying. And I hope I finished that thought and integrate all of that so that you can properly heal. Okay, moving on. The Queen of Wands came out. So yeah, definitely do some. I like this card because the little black cat that's sitting out in front. Yeah, when I pop up with a black cat in one of these videos, it's probably gonna be a while from now, but know that everything is good when I have my black cat. I'm gonna name her Noche because it's night in Spanish, and then her middle name's gonna be Bella, like Bella Noches. And if you can't go to Bella Noches, where the hell could you go? Because it's upsetting me and my homegirls. I think that's funny. Whatever. Anyways, the Empress card. No, not the Empress. Queen of Wands. Get back on track, Yanni. Okay. So, this card, especially if you're like a spiritual worker or you're into like spirituality or whatever you're doing, you need to be protecting yourself spiritually and other forms of protection as well, physically, whatever. But every time I see this little black cat on the card, it's like protecting the Queen of Wands. It's protecting her energy field. You know how like animals, when something like, let's say a storm's coming, they start bugging out before you even know the storm's coming because they are in tuned to the energy fields of other people and of the earth. So more in tune than we are. Well, than most humans are, because mind you, humans were just as in tune as the rest of the animals, but we got out of touch because we have started drifting further away from our ancient traditions and from the earth, and we've been, you know, all this technology shit, which has benefited us in many ways, obviously, but it's also been detrimental to us and our spiritual evolution. So staying spiritually protected so that, you know, because especially on the internet, you know, people be speaking negatively over you and you don't even know it. People that you don't even know on the internet be mad about something you do. Like, you can post a picture and they're like, oh, this ugly bitch, or this and that, or she ain't gonna do nothing. Like, how many times have you seen somebody go viral and it's like 50,000 people bullying one person and speaking negatively on one person? So imagine the people that's doing it and you don't even know about it. So it's like you have to be doing these spiritually, like staying strapped up with your spiritual protection, because you never know what's going on, and like you don't need them bad vibes messing up the work that you have been putting in. Yeah. Also, I feel like after this full moon is done and we release all of this baggage and we fully integrate ourselves, we're going to feel a lot of more passion and drive. And after we've been well rested during this time, it'll really benefit us, and we'll feel like, okay, now I can, you know, I have the energy to do this, and the drive to do that, and the passion to accomplish these goals that I've been trying to get towards. And now I can like finish out this little last home stretch and make this shit really, really pop the way I really want it to. What else? Yeah, I feel like she's really ready to conquer it all. Like, she's prepared. And it's not like she's planned it out, though. Like, it's not like I'm just going for this all willy-nilly. Like, I love that term. All willy-nilly. I have a plan. There's strength within me. And it's crazy because the strength card was underneath the deck. And I feel like these cards complement each other really well. But yeah, she's definitely a woman with a plan, and she can execute the plan as well. Because planning ain't shit if you're not gonna execute it. Like, okay, like, you want a cookie because you made a plan? No. Four of Pentacles was next, and make sure you're handling your money properly. Like, a lot of people say, oh, like, I spend my money because I know I'm gonna get it right back. But it's like, and yes, you will. And if you have that mindset, I feel like that is an abundant mindset, but you have to do that with balance. Like I said in the beginning, balance is key here. But if you say that with all your money, you're never going to have no money saved up. And like these goals that you do have, they require money. So if you're spending your money because you know you're going to get it right back on frivolous things that aren't going to help you succeed, then that's you just being financially irresponsible. That's not you having an abundant mindset. So you use discernment to be able to decipher when you should be spending your money and when you shouldn't be spending your money and when you should be saving it, you know, because this man, like, he's holding on to this money for dear life. Like, so like I said, balance is key here. You don't want to be holding on to your money too tight to where you can't even, you know, spend money on the things that you need for your advancement. So yeah, find a balance to where you're able to progress forward and spend money responsibly, but you also have like money saved up and prepared for a rainy day or whatever the hell. And this is also going to help you learning to properly budget and finance your money properly this month will also will help you create the change in your life that you want to it's going to attract abundance. The change that you want to see will come as a result of you using your money properly. Not saying you got to save every penny, but, you know, using it properly and creating good money habits, because then you'll be very, very abundant. Like, she's so abundant, like, divine feminine energy. Like, she can literally, all she got to do, like, I've been seeing this a lot lately. Like, I'll think of something or, like, oh, I want this to happen. And, like, the next day, opportunity for me to get that thing will manifest. Like, here's a prime example. I'm a dancer. I started dancing when I was 3 years old. I love to dance. Dancing is my life, my first love. So I was talking to my friend, like, oh, I miss dancing. I wish, like, I still have dreams to this day about me dancing at my old dance studio that I danced from 3 to 12 at. And mind you, I stopped dancing there when I was 12. I'm 22. So that's 10 years ago. And I still have recurring dreams of me being at that dance studio. And I was like, I really love, like, movement really makes me feel so good. I wish I had the opportunity to dance. And, like, the next day, my sister had, she's a captain of a dance team, and she's like, and the dance team tryouts have been done, they finished, but she's like, do you want to dance with us? Like, technical difficulties. She's like, do you want to dance with us? Like, the tryout, we'll let you try out if you want to. So I literally just recorded a video of me doing this. Like, she sent me a video of a dance I had to learn, recorded the video, and sent it in, and literally within seconds they're like, oh yeah, she's on my team. So now I'm dancing, like, and it's crazy how, like, I think about something, I'll speak it out loud, and the universe will literally plop it in front of my face instantly, which is telling me that I'm on my path, I'm aligned. Get into alignment with your highest self, with your soul's path, and literally things will start to literally fall in place, like, with little to no effort. So I feel like at times we feel like hard work. If you don't work hard, you're not going to get where you need to go. And that's not true. Like, not saying that hard work won't ever be necessary and everything's going to fall right into your life effortlessly. But at the same time, it's like the universe does work to help you as well. The universe will put in 10 times as much work as you do if you are aligned properly. So there's that. Because remember I was saying, like, your purpose, if your purpose, like, you having a lack of purpose might be what's keeping you up at night. And just start doing things that your soul feels good doing. Like, learn to tap into the subtle energies that you feel in your body. Like, a lot of times we've been so used to suppressing it because, like, we grew up with our parents telling us, like, oh, shut up, or you shouldn't feel that way, or be quiet, or don't cry over that. That we started suppressing all those feelings. So now sometimes we don't even realize when we're truly upset or when our heart doesn't feel well. So start to notice those things so that you can adjust accordingly. And once you start to adjust accordingly and you start just getting on the vibe of doing things that only make you feel happy, that only make you feel joyous, things like jobs that aren't serving you will literally fall. I literally got fired from a job that I've never been fired from a job ever. Have never really had any complaints about me being a bad employee or anything like that. And this one job I absolutely hated. I was about to quit it actually 3 weeks later after I got fired anyways. But the universe knew that it was really so detrimental to my mental health, and it was literally keeping me up at night. Not up at night because I would sleep at the job. Like, that job had me so drained that I was really in a resting mode for every other aspect of my life. I was very unbalanced, as we talked about with the High Priestess card. This is a very good scenario. The job had me stressed out, like stressing, crying, mental health at an all-time low. And the universe saw, God, source saw how it was negatively affecting me and how it was so not aligned with my spirit that I got fired. And, you know, like, getting fired from a job sounds like a bad thing, but I literally was so excited when I got fired from that job. Like, I literally raced home doing the dash away from that job. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful I got fired. Like, I'm so happy. I can't wait to go home and get some sleep. Like, I'm so excited. So yeah, like, things like that. The universe will really help you work towards accomplishing your goals, especially if you know what your heart wants and you put out that energy, that frequency of what your heart truly desires. Everything else that is not on that frequency, whether it be friends, whether it be romantic partners, whether it be bum-ass jobs, bum-ass niggas, it'll fall and you won't need them no more. It'll show you that you never need these things or people. Like, you're going to attract the things, and not only will those things fall out your life, things that are on the frequency that your heart is emitting will now come to you and, you know, help you evolve to your highest self. Moving on, 7 of Pentacles came out. I like this card because I always say you reap what you sow. So, like, if you put in a certain amount of work, you're going to get those benefits. And like I said, the universe matches energy and it multiplies energy as well. So, but if you're putting in 0 work, 0 multiplied by no matter what, it's still going to be 0. You can multiply by 1,000, still going to be 0. So you can't sit on your ass. And mind you, when I say sit on your ass, I don't mean give your body the necessary work. I mean, give your body the necessary rest, and rest is a spiritual practice. I mean, you saying, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and you don't make any steps towards making that happen. The universe can put in as much work as it wants to, but you're not going to go nowhere because you're not doing nothing. It can't match your energy if you don't have no energy. And also, if you don't have any energy, figure out what it is that's draining you of your energy. Is it, like I said, is it the job? Is it the man? Is it the friends? Is it social media? Is it your family? Is it the foods you're eating? What is it? And like I said, pray and meditate on asking God, source, spirit, whatever, the universe, to pull those things out of your life and allow you to be able to release them effortlessly so that you can, you know, tap into this abundant energy that's surrounding us right now. Yeah, and also, like, investing in certain things, but like I said, whether it's your business or the stock market or whatever, use some of that money that you're saving and handling properly to invest, because you're going to reap the benefits of it. And you're going to see, like, if you do all these things I've been saying throughout the whole reading, this is the last card after, well, before the one under the deck. If you know, and if you are able to integrate your highest self and your lower self and your ego, all of that, and if you are planning your month out properly and planning out your goals properly, if you take the necessary time to rest, if you ask to help this get removed, all the extra thinking and all the extra yada yada, the baggage, whether it's your job or whatever the hell. If you do all these things that we've been saying out throughout the whole reading, your life is going to change so fast, like exponentially fast. And you're going to be so abundant because of it. Yeah, so every time I see this card, it's like, oh yeah, things about to change ASAP. But you would have to been doing the proper things that we have all said. You feel me? It's not going to happen just because. So, and with the last card being the one under the deck was the strength card. And your strength does not always have to be physical strength. It's more so like mind over matter. If you have the mental capacity to get you through all these challenges and changes, you're going to be fine. Like, you're going to be completely fine. Because a lot of times we get discouraged. Oh, and we think to myself, oh, I can't do it. Or maybe this isn't for me. Once you start telling yourself those things, that's what's going to prevent you from succeeding and prevent you from progressing down your path. Yeah, like, see this lady, she's calm and pure and holy, and she's came in this aggressive ass lion, and she's not even doing much. She's not no strong ass, bulk ass, Hulk, incredible Hulk ass man. Like, she's a calm, pure, gentle woman, and she's taming him. And this lion is acting like a little kitty cat. You feel me? So it's like, your life situations are this lion, and you are this gentle woman. Learn to approach your life situations with a gentle spirit. Because I feel like a lot of times we get stressed out and we get mad and we get, you know, it gets chaotic. And this is saying that you have to be this in the midst of all the chaos so you can tame it and, yeah, and do it without working yourself up. You feel me? Yeah, also courage. Because, like, if you think about it, this woman had to be very, very courageous to even come step next to this lion. You feel me? This is, like, the king of the jungle. So, yeah, don't be afraid to approach situations that look like they might be too big for you. Have courage, be brave, approach them, and then handle them and gain control over them with a gentle spirit, with a peaceful heart, and you'll be fine. You'll see that it's way more easy to handle big situations when you're calm and collected, rather than you being, oh my gosh, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do this? And your brain is like beating itself up. So I hope that helped you. This is the full moon reading for August 3rd, full moon in Aquarius. And yeah.